All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Tuesday. Beautiful Tuesday morning. Blessings to everybody in the name of the Messiah, Jesus. I pray everybody is blessed in so many ways. Guys, we have a very special guest today. You could probably tell by the thumbnail. I have to start working on my UK accent right now. A fellow gardener, we could probably compare courgettes with each other. But Luke from Toros Crypto will be joining us today. Very excited to get his take on the markets here. And so stay tuned, y'all. Make sure to like the video, because if we can get 1,250 likes, we will be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Whoop, went a little Aussie there. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be live momentarily. All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I do pray everyone is very blessed. And we have got today a very special guest. I want to welcome Luke from Toros Crypto. Luke, what is going on, my friend? It's been a while.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm very good. I'm very good. Thank you for having me on it again. It has been a while, so it's good to be back here. It's good to be talking with you again. It's good to be discussing the price action. I think we've got quite an interesting session lined up for today, especially where price is right now, like just about teetering on. Oh, look, I can see my face. I'm just about teetering on the edge of a support region here before it becomes maybe a very quick flush down. But yeah, legacy markets seem to be holding up okay. Bitcoin is holding up okay, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting anyway, I think.
For sure,
It
man.
may be short positions. Short positions have been nice recently, but yeah.
Yeah, I did. I happened to grab a short on Sunday from that little wick that we wicked right up into the. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was like the VAH. But so you're a real trader, Luke. I'm more of just a clown on the internet. But for me right now, I'm kind of looking at this value area high right here at like around 22.8 as being like a pretty crucial area here for a number of reasons. I mean, first of all, this is like you said, the last support before a really fast move down. We had this is the 8 hour time frame I'm looking at here, and we had a very fast move up here with this blue candlestick. And if we lose this value area high, and if the chickens don't drink from here, bro, I'm thinking we could have a very smooth move down, very smooth move, like almost like a plane crash down to like that point of control around 21.2. So what are your thoughts about that, bro?
Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't say a plane crash is a smooth move, but yeah,
Well, it all
I
depends
definitely.
on context. It depends on
Yeah,
context. You know,
we're gonna have a plane crash. It's gonna be smooth. Don't worry, guys.
it could be
We're
real
just gonna
smooth, man. It could be real smooth. Let
we're
me
just
tell
going
you.
straight into the side of this mountain here. But don't worry, it will be smooth.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. Um, no, I would agree. I've got a couple of charts here, and there's some really nice things lining up. I don't know if we'll get there. I just feel that, yeah, the way the market is at the moment, and unless we see something to trigger a bit of volume, I think it's going to be a bit of a difficult move down to get today. But that is a target for myself. Basically, on the chart here, if I just go over a few things. This is just something that I discussed this morning. So we did a trading room this morning with the crew. We did the London Open, and we were just looking at how similar, like every one of, like you just take your pick from like any one of these moves down recently, and I mean everything. There's a fractal from the first move down we had within that range. Here's one from the second move we had down within that range. And
Mm-hmm.
everything, you just take your pick and it's just repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And it leads us to pretty much the same conclusion. If we're going to see a move similar to what we've seen on the past four occasions, it's very likely that we're going to see a move down to around about that 21,200 kind of region. And it's at that point that I'd look at those potential swing long opportunities again, because it's worked every single time we've had a move down, and we've continued this bullish market structure. We are in an uptrend, and that would just continue that. But it holding here is the opportunity for price to make a shallower retrace for the first time. We're around about that 0.5, so we've come into the EQ of from the low to the high here. We're at that 0.5 point. And yeah, if we can hold here, then I think that looks good for a bit more of a bullish scenario moving forward, or we just hold a range here. But if yeah, I'd be a little bit worried coming down into these single prints at this point, because how quickly we could move down to here. If we do get a move down, there's plenty of confluence. You've got the point of control of the entire range. You've got your daily level, which is as of yet untapped. So if you just go onto the daily chart here, there it is. Okay, an untapped daily level, and you've also got a really nice anchored VWAP from the low that takes us all the way along. I've also just stuck on here. If you need any more confluence than that, this is a linear regression channel, which is just a nice way of drawing a channel without having to draw a channel, because the problem with drawing a channel, right, is you can go, okay, how am I? Oh, you can just move this to make it fit. You can't do that with like a linear regression channel or a pitchfork or something. It's just set. That's what it is, and this is quite a nice thing that just gives you a bit more confidence for this region down here. So yeah, that's the main thing. I'm either looking at some kind of bounce within this session, potentially off of the single prints, which is this very large purple zone. If we do start to get closes in there, then yeah, I think we can see this accelerate down quite quickly. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, smooth move up, smooth move down, man. That's what they say. At least that's what I've heard people say. But hey, what do I know? So yeah, man. What's more of your macro view on these markets right now? Because when I'm looking at the monthly time frame, when I'm looking at the weekly time frame, I see pretty bullish things. Like we're pretty bottomed out. Market Cipher B about to give us a big bottom here, and the weekly as well. Money flow curving up. Historically, just historically speaking, whenever we've seen these things on the charts, it's been the bottom. Like this happened in 2015, this happened in 2018, at literally the bottom. So, I know we're entertaining a smooth move down here. Some potential volatility, especially in 20 minutes when New York opens, but do you see the potential here for this being a real bottom? And what I mean by that is basically we don't lose the range here, right? I guess I don't know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see. I've got a bit of a delay, a 20-second delay or so from what I can see. But
yeah, so it's essentially this being a bottom, and not saying we're going to break out from here, but saying that when we come back down, if we come back down to test these lows, they're going to hold, and then we actually do start to see a reversal, maybe retesting that 30K region where we just have so much confluence, including like the value area low of basically everything from March 2020 until our current day. Do you see that as a possibility, or even coming up higher to maybe like the 50K region, or are you just super bearish and just selling all your Bitcoin that you bought at 69K?
So for myself, I haven't been buying into this dip. There's been so many dips. I haven't really been buying into it. It's been more of a case of trading this range. It's been quite nice. What we've seen previously, and I mean this has been continuous on the entire downtrend, is we put in like from every low that we've had, and this has been the same throughout every single range that we've had after all-time highs. It's been an uptrend, and then we've broken down from it, and then you put in a low, and then you form an uptrend again. Here you put in a low, you have a brief uptrend, and then it's taken this out, and again we've not come back down to revisit these lows and had a major change off of that. So for myself, I think it's a difficult one because it's very much similar to how the market has been recently. I wouldn't, there's no way that I see this here as being able to like continue and build momentum endlessly. At some point you're going to have to come back down into this range somewhere, and you're going to have to test around near the bottom. Unless somehow it can just get an almighty pump above like 28K and it can hold there, then that's the only way that I see basically just being able to stay out of trouble here. But I wouldn't necessarily see, I don't think we're in that situation anymore where this is probably a bit of a cleaner chart. I don't think we're really in that situation where I'm looking for like 14, 13, 10, 12, those kind of really bearish targets. I think even if we do fall back into the range, you could quite easily see that there's just some SFP of the lows, the momentum just being lost to the downside, and then that maybe gives a bit more fuel to push price up afterwards.
Yeah, and that's kind of the scenario that I'm actually talking about, because I'm looking at I'm looking at the monthly here. Let me share my screen with you. Let me share my screen with you, man.
Sure.
Yeah, here we go. Just so that you can see what I'm seeing. Do you see what I see, bro?
Do I have to stop sharing mine? How do I look at yours?
Um, I don't know. There should be an option that says watch stream. If you can't see it, that's okay. I'm just
I still just see mine.
you just see
I
yours.
don't, I don't see yours.
All right. Well, then I guess
I can see it with a slight delay, so it's good. I'm watching on YouTube anyway,
okay.
so there's just a little bit of a delay. So I can see your screen there on YouTube.
Okay, cool. So you see it here. So yeah, so basically like this is the weekly time frame and we have down here this big bottom. So this entire downtrend since November 11th. Each one of these little ranges we've never had a significant bottom put in on the weekly market cipher B with money flow in the red. Now I know you're not a market cipher guy, but when we come back to 2018, the very bottom of the bear market was met with the money flow in the red, a big Ben Armstrong green dot on market cipher B, and the same thing happened back in 2015. Money flow in the red, big Ben Armstrong green dot on market cipher B, and the same thing even did happen back, and the money flow didn't really exist back then, but in October 2011. So the bottom of the past four bear markets have been met with this signal here, and in addition to that, on the monthly time frame, the bottom of all these bear markets from 2015, 2018 has been met with a big momentum wave on the bottom here, bottoming out. And I'm seeing these things right now on these high term time frames. And in addition to that, it looks like, to me at least, that we've come back down to retest the previous bull market all time high. And we have also gotten a really nice bounce off of the 786 fib level here. There's just a lot of confluence down there. And I am curious that potentially this is like legitimately the bottom. I'm actually entertaining this idea. And I would also like to see, as you, a retest of those lows that we put in back at like 17K. So either like take them out or like get another tap down there or something. The way I'm seeing it now is those higher time frames look very bullish to me, but the daily time frame right now has this gnarly bearish divergence, which we can follow all the way down to the lower time frames. So if these higher time frames do something like this, even if we come back down to test these lows, I mean that could be a very, very bullish signal in my mind. I'm actually prepared to take a pretty big risk on that on a long there if we get that scenario. Because I know it's sometimes easy, like especially for me, zooming in on like the lower time frames. But I've been looking really at the weekly and the monthly, saying, man, I know the world's going crazy right now, but you know, just historically speaking, based on the data that is available to us, I mean, these have been macro bottom signals. So, I mean, are you feeling similarly, or do you think I'm just smoking the hopium and we're just going to lose this range like we've been?
I would think we're gonna. I still think we're gonna revisit the lows at least one more time before we can get any kind of like major reversal going on. The only way I really see price getting out of where it is now is either something drastic happens with legacy markets where you just see the massive kind of strength is regained within the legacy markets, and that gives more of a risk on scenario across crypto and other assets. Or we're really on the edge there. Whereas if with especially where things like the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq and everything are at the moment, it's they don't look great. So yeah, I would much prefer to buy into strength than where we are now, being more of a there's not really strength. We're seeing an uptrend, but it's almost exhausted.
Oh
Like
yeah.
each time we're
I'm not talking about longing
yeah,
here, man. I mean, I see some. I think we're coming down. I mean, I'm in short positions. I'm looking to hold them down honestly to like probably in the 19s. But I'm saying if we come back down to test those lows at 17K.
I'd absolutely take a long there.
Gotcha.
If we did, if we do come back down to the lows of the range, then yeah, 100%. I'd be looking for long positions as you come down there, because I mean it's just it's a long way down even to get there in the first place. So to get down there, we're looking at like 25% move from where we are now. So
Yeah,
as a bear market rally, that we've had a 40% rally off of the lows. That's pretty decent. Like, it's a pretty decent rally we've had. It hasn't really felt like it. Most of this has been bearish. Like, you have these big grinds down and then suddenly just impulse up out of them and keep that market structure going. But yeah, it's I would
yeah,
definitely, yeah. I mean, a 25% retrace from where we are is pretty nice. You'd have to look for longs down there.
yeah, for sure.
And the same thing, like, I mean, even if we come to 200, like, if price comes that low and you're at the POC of the range, you take that as long unless it's lost. It's because you're just playing the trend that we're in.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah, I'm not talking about taking it long here by no means. I mean, I think this looks bearish as heck, bro. I mean, so it's weird because, you know, the signal that we got at that high that we put in over the weekend is a top signal for me, like a major top signal.
Yeah.
Just the bearishness of that is insane. But it's weird because we've basically the daily time frame and down is super bearish, but the weekly and the monthly still look bullish. So, you know, I guess it's making me a little, starting to make me entertain that this range that we're in now. I'm not talking about this level, I'm talking about this macro range from 17K to 24 might not be lost, that we might actually break out of it after another rotation to the lows and then come back up to the highs. That's my idea. I'm not talking about longer now because you know, I'm short. I'm pretty short. I'm only like 5'1". How tall are you, Luke?
I'm about a centimeter and a half off 6 foot, so I'm 5'11". So I basically just say 6. It's easier.
I'm
So it's what, like
sorry.
1 meter 83, something like that.
Nice,
For
bro.
people who work in meters, I think that's it. But we're a foot, so 6.
I'm sorry for making you use imperial units here. I
No,
forgot that.
we use feet and inches in the UK.
Oh, you do use feet and inches in the UK.
Yeah, we do.
Is that
We
why
use
we do
feet
it?
and I don't know. You avoid doing anything else that the Brits do. It's like, oh, we'll drive on the other side of the road. We'll use kilometers instead of miles, and
Right.
um,
Right.
yeah, but we're still feet and inches for some reason over here.
Yeah. So, you know, New York is about to open now in about 8 minutes. So,
It is.
what are you looking at for today? Like, what potential trade setups you're looking at? You looking at any shorts? You looking at any longs? I know we're looking
Right.
at potential chickens drinking water down here, but what about a short position? You looking at anything there? Got the
The short position was a couple of hours ago. That was the nice short to get into. We've kind of just missed it again. We've come into golden pocket. We've got VWAP just above. I mean, a move into VWAP would be a decent short if we do take out. So what, 22,880? You could look for another move down. But what I've been looking at so far today. We actually, when we did the trading room this morning, I got into a really, really terrible long position, but it paid off. I just got bored. We were doing the trading room and the price was just like hanging out down here. And it was just like, oh, this is really boring. So I ended up taking a long off of it as NASDAQ was coming back into test these lows again, because you had a really nice SFP of the lows, chickens drinking of the lows on the NASDAQ, which Bitcoin followed with. Then you come up and then it's just done the same thing that it's done every time we've moved down. So every time you look at the previous days or the previous range that you're in, and you can see this kind of structure here that we've got on Bitcoin.
right.
From here, you come up, you take out the highs, chickens drink up at the highs, and that triggers a really nice short position. You also have confluence with the daily level. That's what we've had previous. Okay, it's the same structure. There you go. Highs taken. You move down. Before that, all right, same kind of, well, not quite the same, but a channel here, highs taken, and then it gets that move down. So those have been, that was the last trade that I was able to take. That was basically flipping that long into a short. And for me, looking at continuation down to around about 22,500, 22,550 region, where you've got the top of the single prints, which are just here. So yeah, these are kind of starting fairly soon. Take out the lows that we had from July the 28th. That would be the next point in which I would look for a scalp long. But again, I think at that stage I would still look to get into short positions off of any bounce. So let's say even if we do come down, yes, that would give us a long if it can reclaim here. But if you come back into daily open, for example, I think that we're still looking at more downside. So that would be like an ideal kind of scenario to play through New York. If we don't take the lows, then I think a reclaim of this daily level at 22.9. So if we do close, we find ourselves getting acceptance back above that 22,900 region, or we find VWAPs curving up, then I think that could give us a nice move into the daily open. So I'd look for longs on strength if we do get strength, or counter trend against the move down here.
So what would you look for along if the VWAP starts curving up? Like, what would be your entry signal? Would you look for like absorption? Like, what would get you actually into a trade if we're already in a move up like that?
Yeah, so the problem is you don't want to long when there's no change in market structure. So at the moment the market structure is down, like every high, this one's taken out a high, but this will be the first occasion where we've potentially put in a higher low. And if we can continue that on and we get a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, that would give an opportunity there to take longs. So ideally what I would look for from that is, let's say this is taken out, it gets a bit of a push up. I wouldn't buy into this, but I'd wait for that retrace down, and what I'd want to see is absorption within this area.
So you're looking for a retrace. So you're still longing from support. Oh, I got what you're saying now. Thanks.
Yeah, like I'd be looking around about. So ideally, you'd want to see deep retraces into the golden pocket. For something like this, if price can come up, I mean, this would actually be ideal.
Yeah, look at that.
You take out these highs where you got slight imbalances on the chart here. You come and take this. That gives you the 382 around where you've had that change in market structure. If that were to happen, then you'd basically you'd look for long positions there. In that case, just to trade it up towards the daily open. And you'd look at things like order flow and stuff. You can use this to give yourself an idea of what price is doing. So if you see delta CVD moving down and price holding, then showing absorption there, and you can get into a decent position.
Right, I see what you're saying there.
So that's that would be the idea. If we do get some strength going into it, I also just check, like, literally at the moment. I mean, we're getting it already from the S&P. There you go. Reclaim VWAP comes into it, support. Nasdaq just below. So actually, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty decent open, where we may see the chances of the first move being up are probably more likely than the first move being down. So if we do see that strength into the open, then
I mean, because
you can just get a correlation then.
I think it is. Obviously we are at key support right now. We come down to the value area high of the range, and we're flirting with it a little bit here, and a lot of people are looking for support here. I think it's true. We just got that last wick to the downside. I'm trying to see. It was just a higher low right there, and we do see momentum kind of curving up here on the market Cipher B. So New York's about to open in literally 2 minutes, 1 minute now. Luke, I need you to give me your best American accent right now before New York opens. Can you do that for me?
All right. I need to do oh man. Oh.
Come on, man. Just pretend you're out.
All right. We got the American Open. We got the New York Open coming right up. We got it coming right up in about where are we? We're 30 seconds away. So we got 30 seconds to go until the New York Open. New York. We will hear one of us needs to do the. We need to do the bell. We need to do the bell, Jay.
Let me see if I have that.
So I just ding my 10 seconds.
I have a glockenspiel.
Oh, nice.
or
I've got a water
I have
bottle.
an air horn. We'll use an air horn when the market's open.
Oh, we got 1 second. There we go. New York is open, guys. So yeah, we have gapped down.
Wow. Yeah, look at that.
We have gapped down. I would imagine the first move is a little bit of a move up, but you'd often look to fade that. So let's see if it can get that move up. Fade the move. Let's see if it can fill the gap. You see, you got a gap here. The S&P is around about 4118. You got the Nasdaq opening down.
Wow, Bitcoin right now is getting a massive bearish looking shooting star on the 1 minute right now. So
yeah, that's it. You'd often look to fade that move. It's just coming to the previous day low, and then that was so. There you go on the open. A quick move up, and then immediately gets faded back down.
Interesting.
Yeah, is maybe we can see a bit more. Is my screen really? Do I need to squeeze this in a bit more so it fits onto?
It would probably be useful for the fine ladies and gentlemen out there, but it can be hard. We're over Discord and everything of that nature.
Squeeze it down there a little bit. I think that maybe.
So we've got the S&P 500 on the left and the Bitcoin on the right over here. So
yes. Yeah, and there you can see it there immediately on the open. Just comes up, takes liquidity, drop of an open interest as you then hit stops towards the downside, and then we've got more buying going on. So are we going to get the gap fill? It's a bit of a way up here. It's annoying. Yesterday I just got front run on. I was looking to take a short up here. It never happened.
You know, I was actually. Oh, you mean you're trading S&P 500?
Yeah, I've been. I'm a trader. He's trading other assets, trading the boomer assets now.
My gosh, the boomer assets. Say it's not true.
But yeah, I've been taking some other trades recently. I've been looking at. I mean, it's so correlated. It's it's the same thing. Like you trade the SPX, you trade the Nasdaq. It's the same thing as Bitcoin. So if you're getting better price action on the SPX or the Nasdaq, then yeah,
right. You might as well trade it.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you get this open, it's basically tick for tick. There's the move up to VWAP. So that would have been a scalp short off of the previous day low. Oh, there's your daily point of control and your weekly point of control right here as well. I don't know if this is still do I need to squeeze my screen in even more to make it fit? I don't know.
Let me see. I've actually taken you off the screen right here, but I would say it looks like even just looking at some yeah, there we go. I've got your screen back on there.
That's what I was just watching yours. That's what happens when there's a delay.
You know, potentially looks like we've got some absorption going on under VWAP, but it's hard to say because New York just opened and the open interest is you know kind of flat. But you know, what do I know, Luke? I'm not a trader like yourself. I'm a clown on the internet, so you know, you've got all these fancy charts and lines on your screen here. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a clown on the internet as well. I just we like to, hey, we trade and we chat shit and we have a good time.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
It's all right. I pardon your sins. And you know what? You know, I'm just here, you know, for the ByBit affiliate links. That's all. You know.
Yeah. I've got a ByBit affiliate link as well, guys. We've all got them these days.
Yeah, I think
show those referrals.
I think they come stock with ByBit. Isn't that true?
Yeah, you open a ByBit account. Come and join us. Partner with us.
Yeah, good old ByBit.
Partner with us. Sell our exchange. You'll get paid when we liquidate people. Happy days. Everyone's a winner. So it's
You know, honestly, Luke, that's where the money is. You know, what are we doing trading when we could be opening up our own exchange? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that would be pretty nice, right?
I think we should open up an exchange and a prop firm where we make people think that we can fund them with $1 million, and then they liquidate their accounts, and then they give us their $1 million.
That's too scammy for me. No, it's just a regular old exchange, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
What could we call
Alright.
it? What could we call the exchange?
The
We could call it cornhole.
cornhole.
Yeah, the cornhole.
I like that. Cornhole.
All right.
Come trade on our cornhole.
Yeah. So let me see what's happening here.
Drink from our cornhole.
Drink from our cornhole.
Bring your chickens. They can drink from our cornhole.
Wow. So the 12-minute chart's giving us this crazy doji candle right here, right on the value area high. It's looking pretty crazy right now. Gonna check out the
Corn
one.
hub.
Corn hub.
Corn hub.
That's funny. That's a good one. We've got some bearish divergences here as well. You know, let's see if we don't come take those lows quickly here. Let's see what happens. We've got this big gnarly candle forming right here, and I have to be honest with you, Luke. You know, I think we've got some bullish divergences that could you know, if we do come down here to take the lows, it could possibly play out for at least a little bounce here. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be a massive move or anything like that, but it could definitely, you know, do a little something. You know, probably take the wife out for dinner after this, tip the waitress nice, and and I'm sorry to use gender-specific words like waitress. I know that's very racist and offensive. So, I mean the server is what I'm talking about here, the one who brings out the food.
The gender-neutral waiter.
Yes,
can be a
yes.
Gender-neutral. It could also be an animal neutral. Maybe you go to a restaurant where chimpanzees are serving you, or
you're right.
chickens.
You don't want to assume the species either.
No, exactly.
That's just pure racism in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
So, this is interesting, Luke. What are your thoughts here? Because when I see this, I mean, I don't really know what to make of this right now. You know, I see open interest coming down. I see, you know, people really not interested in trading right now, at least a very low time frame. But then when I'm taking a look here in like the 5 minute, I see massive CBD divergences, massive. Underneath that VWAP here. I mean, we're literally putting a lower high, CBD skyrocketing here. We got a whole bunch of longs just opening up under VWAP. Open interest increasing the entire time. I mean, to me, it looks extremely bearish. But what would you say about that, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, we're still just at that point, aren't we? I mean, you've got resistance just above price 22,800, 22,900, then you've got support just below around that 22,500 region. So it's just, it's a New York Open. It's not really any clear direction either way. You've taken out the highs. 3 minutes after you've come down, you've come into, I mean, it's just the usual stuff. Golden pocket there at the lows to take out the highs, and then you're retracing down. So yeah, we're just exactly where we started, basically, aren't we?
Right.
Boring.
Come on, New York.
Boring. We got to wait for any kind of decisive move from this open.
I'm embarrassed to say that I grew up near New York City right now.
Grew up near New York.
Near New York. Yep. I grew up near New York. I wasn't always a country folk. Used to be a city guy. Yep.
Yes.
So how's the garden, Luke? I hear you're growing some courgettes over there.
I am. I was going to ask you about that as well. I've been growing some nice veggies, some nice fruits. I got some courgettes. Is that what you guys call them, or is it?
Nope, we call them zucchini squash over here.
Zucchinis, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. It's like a aubergine and an eggplant as well. It's a different one that you guys call. But yeah, we got some zucchinis, some courgettes growing. We got some garlic. One of them ended up being a decent size. The other ones are just pathetic and tiny. Got some nice peppers. So I got some bell peppers. I got some Scotch bonnet chili peppers growing.
Oh my God, there's a massive breakout happening right now.
Massive breakout on the Nasdaq. We've gone up about $2.
Everybody, go put a long trade over on ByBit. Link in the description.
Yeah, we got some corn actually. I've got some good corn.
Some
I've got
Bitcoin.
two different varieties of corn growing in the garden, so that'll be interesting to see what that's like. And then I've also got. I saw your videos on the squash. We've got some winter squash in the garden, pumpkins.
Nice, bro.
That basically just grew themselves. We had the pumpkins from Halloween, put them into the compost, spread the compost on the garden, and then all these pumpkin plants start growing up through the soil, and they've gone crazy.
That's the
So
best
see
way
how
to
they
do
go.
it, man. That's the
Yeah.
best. So I have a new little tidbit to put into my UK accent toolbox, which is compost. See, I would have said compost, but no, it's compost. Compost. It's a compost. Yeah. So I've done that a million times. Got the compost outside, and I just throw a pumpkin in there, and the next year you got pumpkins. You don't have to do anything to them. I've got so many wild vegetables, Luke. So many wild vegetables that just grow on their own, and they're always more hardy than the ones you manicule, because they're the strongest ones. They've been bred to withstand the winter.
Yes. Yeah, I mean these pumpkins withstood they went through a whole winter. They rotted away in the compost, and now they're growing in the vegetable patch and taking everything else over.
Interesting, man. Man, this
is what happens when you got no price action. We talk about
garden vegetables.
anything else.
All right, so it's quite interesting. So yeah, I myself am waiting for a move down to take the lows potentially, but it wouldn't be out of my equation to say that this could be a significant low here, just given to the fact that we've come to the macro value area high of the entire range. So this box right here, I mean, pretty much like this morning, I was saying this is a key level. We either got to bounce here, or the chicken's got to drink here, and if not, we're probably coming down to that daily that we've got, somewhere around 21-ish, 21.2, right around there.
Yeah,
but
I like the look of the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart's got some nice long legs below the candles. So if we've got another 2 hours and a bit to go on this, but I mean, if we can get a decent 4-hour close again off of this, you got some long legs below, which could lead to a pretty decent move up. It takes us back down.
What is that technically called? Like a tweezers, right? Isn't that called tweezers?
Yeah.
Something like that. Taking me back to my old school days.
Tweezer top thing would be a bit more, maybe like we have back here, or like here, where you got like equal little candles. But I mean, you gotta. It's just wicks below. You could call this a morning star, if it comes down, and then you get a nice green candle here that gets a move above where the previous one was.
If we hold this support,
bullish candle formation, but yeah.
If we do hold this support, I have to say I would be a little bit more surprised than I would unsurprised. But it could happen. Could happen. Could happen. So I'm gonna pop into the chat here, see if we've got any people making comments. So Mellow Soul shorted from 24k. That's amazing. J-Boy Bullish found a caterpillar the size of his middle finger that ate a whole tomato plant. That's quite intense, J-Boy Bullish. It's quite intense, my friend. So, let's see. People talking about Corn Hub. We got this guy right here who says, no dick method. Okay. Interesting. Not sure what that's in reference to there. But, yeah, so we've got a New York Open, guys. It's been kind of boring here. And I would say it's kind of boring, but I would say this is starting to look more bearish than bullish. I'd be honest. If I had a gun to my head right now, I'd probably say we're gonna come down a little bit more before we come up. That's just how I'm looking at this right now. Oh man, it's so hard to say. It's really hard to say right now.
It's just a good opportunity to just wait. Patience pays in these markets, and if there's not a clear setup to be had, then you just got to wait for the next one to present itself. I mean, we've had some quite nice trades today already. There's been some quite nice trades through the whole week, both long and short. If we were to get a move up, then we know the daily open would be a pretty decent scalp short. If we got beyond there, then you've got a really nice region around about that 23,800 area. But if we move down, then you've got good levels below. You got 22,500. You got where we changed market structure around about that 22,250, and then you got the low of your single prints at 21,750. And then if we do come down even further, you've got the POC of the whole range. So you've got like 2 really nice levels above. You've got 4 pretty decent levels below. See what happens when you come into those levels. Take a trade if it gives you the opportunity.
So Tim says he thinks looking at 22.5 is too crowded. Everyone's looking at that level. That's why he's not taking it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are looking at that level, you know.
I wouldn't particularly like it. Yeah, I'd still be looking for lower. But it doesn't mean that you can't get a little bit of a bounce, and then you can come back and trap all the people that just didn't close out, that were greedy afterwards. So it is tapping into the top of the single prints. You would more often than not expect there to be some kind of reaction, 1 or 2% off of that. But yeah, overall, I do think you come into these single prints now, you're going to flush through them.
Yeah. Plane crash, man. But Shaman 8 wants to know, is there a chance we don't take those lows and those single prints protecting their positions higher or something?
Yeah.
You're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, I mean, if we get back above this level here, where we had the short from earlier, if you get back up here, and price can hold, well, that would be going backwards. But if you can move up here, hold around this region, then I do think that gives you a decent base to look for long positions higher. It gives you an expanding diagonal thingy majiggy. I can't remember the technical name for it. I don't trade patterns, but it gives you that kind of formation from the lows, where you've got that flat top, you've got the expanding at the lows. You've finally made a higher low here. If we were to come up here, take out those highs to hold, you'd look for a little dip into there, and then you can look for longer opportunities off of that. That would be how we get out of this situation. That's the only way, realistically, that I see us avoiding those single prints is to come up here and hold. And then you can get a continuation off of that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, this is probably one of the most boring New York Opens we've had in a while here.
It's because you've got me on. every time I do a live stream or I do a trading room or I do anything, price will not move as for like the entire duration that we're talking about it. And then as soon as we stop the stream, everything's going to go crazy and everything's going to happen, and it will be like, yeah, but
right. As soon as we start the stream. Yeah, we'll come up, take the highs, take the lows, get a massive pump to 100k, back down to 17k in 10 minutes.
That's the one.
Quite interesting, though. I do have to say, you know, it's obviously we're fighting with the support here. I mean, there's no way around the fact that we're fighting. You know, this is the doorway to much lower prices. You know, it's the doorway to that potential plane crash. You know, it's we'll have to see what happens here.
Yeah, you look at the DXY as well. That came down. I mean, that did basically what we're looking for Bitcoin to do. It had its downtrend. It came back. It filled in inefficiencies on the chart, and it's now bouncing.
It's pumping. Yeah, DXY is pumping right now. So yeah, it's interesting. Typically does the opposite of what Bitcoin does as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very similar. Just the kind of structure that we have on the DXY, the fact that you can almost think the Bitcoin's hanging out at the lows of this range, and DXY's had a decent move down.
You know what's interesting, Luke, is potentially, you know, I know it's going to sound crazy, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I've got the British accent. It makes me sound more legitimate. You know, I do think potentially the top of the bull market was in April of 2021, which has given us well over a year, about a year and a half of bear market. And I say that because the dollar also bottomed out in April 2021. And so I do potentially see like a macro reversal of crypto and the dollar in general. I mean, the dollar right now is pumping. Obviously, it's all artificial. Dollar has never been weaker, literally, in history ever. I mean, we've got massive amounts of dollar creation in the past 2 years. I don't know what it's like over in the UK, but over here, you take a dollar, it could buy you probably half what it could buy you 2 years ago for most
Oh
important
yeah,
things. And you got other countries talking about not using the dollar anymore as the world reserve currency. The petrodollars teetering on the brinks of going away forever. Saudi Arabia is talking about using rubles to trade oil and all these things. So it wouldn't surprise me if the dollar just started to plummet from here, and we see those macro tops and macro bottoms lining up inversely on the DXY and on crypto markets. You think there's a possibility of that? I mean, what do you think? Because the world's never been in such a volatile situation. I'm talking geopolitically here.
Yeah. I think that's obviously playing a massive part on the market. It's been the way since COVID. So you had an artificially
Well, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to say COVID on YouTube. You gotta say VidCo.
Oh, VidCo. Yeah, since the VidCo demic pan, we've had an artificially inflated stock market. Crypto followed along quite nicely with that. Now everything's returning back down to, in a lot of cases, exactly where it started. So, and now it's like that same effect that's happening with the dollar here. Like you're seeing massive inflation, the dollar losing its spending power, yet it's gaining strength over other currencies. So it's like they're artificially inflating that at this point, generating a massive short squeeze because short dollar was huge. Like everyone was short dollar, no one wanted dollars, whilst the stock market was pumping, and then they're just squeezing everyone out of this now. I mean, it's come into a decent area of resistance again. You've got, yeah, you don't really know where this is going to go, but the way that the world is right now, it's very much like, it's kind of, like artificially inflated in order to kind of take out as many people of the market as you can. And then once that's kind of had its thing, and then I do think we're going to see a pretty substantial drop in the value of the dollar. But yeah, where that's going to be, I have no idea. The only reason we've really seen a pullback recently is just because of the euro hitting parity. So for the first time, like since 22 years or something, I think it was, that the euro hit $1. It hit that parity, and that generated a ton of demand for the euro. So if anyone trades forex and you didn't long euro US dollar, then I don't know what you're doing, because that's waited 22 years for that trade, and if you didn't long that, then that's crazy.
I've been waiting for that since I was 10 years old, actually.
Yeah, but so that's obviously caused a little bit of a pullback, and you've seen the pound gain some strength as well. I've been trading a bit of forex as well recently. That's been pretty nice. But yeah, you would think that this can still continue a bit more. Like I think with the pullback that we've seen, the bullishness that we've seen, the relief at least that we've seen across assets has been largely due to just a cool down from this insane run that the dollar's been on. We've had a few weeks now where news events, interest rates, recession talk hasn't been quite as important. I mean, it's all kind of.
Wait, we can't say recession. We can't say recession either. We have to say she session. That's what.
She session.
That's what
Justin. Oh my
god!
This is why I don't get any views on my channel anymore, because I'm always talking about that.
I know it's so racist. All the things you're saying, I'm so offended right now. Actually,
we've got a what is it? We've got a global soft. It's a soft landing. They're engineering a nice soft landing for us all.
I think so.
A very sensible economic cool down across the world. And of course, it's all completely natural, and they know what they're doing, obviously.
And not only that, but it's good for the environment too. Oh,
wonderful! Yeah. We have full faith in the powers that be to create money out of thin air forever.
It's amazing they could do it. It's almost like the alchemists, you know, just changing lead into gold over here.
Yeah.
So, New York's still doing nothing, but we are getting a little move to the downside right now.
Yeah.
Wow, so we're wicking down below that value area high again. Let's see what we got going on here. This looks bearish, Luke. You know, if I didn't have you on the channel, I'd probably be selling everything I had to short. What do you say? Do you think it's not a good idea to short? To expect more downside? I shouldn't say to short, but you know, I mean, we've got what do you think? I mean, we've got open interest coming up. We've got longs opening. We got CVD coming up, but we keep putting in lower highs here. So,
there could be a really nasty short position that you could take that would screw a lot of people over coming up potentially. If we do move down into these single prints, and a lot of people would long that, and then you can look for this short immediately here, hold it.
Wait, hang on, I didn't have your screen. So, okay, so we come into the single prints, people long, and then retest of that support as resistance, you short it.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get an invalidation off of this, but if you want to be really mean and you want to like trap a load of people in their long positions, if you were a market maker and that's what you wanted to do today, you know that this is going to be a crowded trade. You know there's going to be a lot of long positions opening. You know it's going to give you a bounce. But if you can just hold that, just absorb that buying that's coming in, entice people into opening these long positions here, then you can just really, really accelerate things to the downside and make it very painful for people.
I hope this happens during the stream, Luke. I hope it happens.
I think it will happen as soon as we stop. Then we can join in because.
Well, how long you got here?
Of course, Jay. Everyone watching, you got two market makers here.
I mean,
Jay and I need to stop streaming so we can move this market again for you.
I mean, everyone knows I'm not a market maker. I live stream my positions, so we can't play that game anymore. At least I can't. So I don't know. But Luke definitely is a market maker. But Luke,
maybe you've got a second account. I mean, maybe you're just hiding it. I reckon you. Yeah.
That must be what it is. Right. Yeah. That's true. That's true. What was I going to say? I was going to say, Luke, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I've got to take a pee. Do you mind holding it down for like 2 minutes?
Sure. I'll hold the fort and I will.
All right. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, everybody. Who's in here? It's mainly. Oh, I see a lot of friends in the chat. I'm gonna have a look at the chat and talk to people in Jay's absence while he is emptying his bladder. The humble corner watchers are here. Yes. Does anyone say anything? Randall's in the house. 84 CTs. Good friends. TA on DXY. We just looked at DXY, but yeah, sure. This is what I've been basically looking at on here for a while now. Is like very, very similar to Bitcoin, as you had massive just inefficiencies to fill below. So we had this nice little range that had formed on the DXY. You came up and you created divergences at the top. You did the usual thing. I don't tend to do technical stuff on the DXY so much. You created the divergences over the highs, led to a pretty decent retrace. This was also a nice parabolic advance that got broken, that we did have a decent move down. Then it formed a good little range here, and there are a couple of fairly decent trades that you could have taken from that, with price coming down into the liquidity, very much similar to where we are right now on Bitcoin, being like teetering on the edge of those single prints. Price managed to get a few bounces off of these, and then eventually, once you get that acceptance below, has led to a move down that's filled basically that whole region there within the chart. It's natural that we're seeing a bounce from the DXY at this stage. I think it's very similar to what we've seen on previous occasion, where price comes back and fills the inefficiencies and then it gets continuation higher. So yeah, I would not be also creating divergences at the low down there. So I think from the DXY you've looked like you've come into a pretty decent area of support, and that's why we're seeing a bounce. maybe if price came up to, or well, if the DXY came up to around like 106.4, that could be an area where you'd look for that to kind of roll back over again. But yeah, overall, I think you are certainly seeing some strength from the dollar. Seeing nothing from Bitcoin.
Oh, just got an alert actually on Bitcoin. We got a
Ooh,
1 hour
how have you
green
got an alert?
1 hour green dot.
Nothing's happened. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. We've just had an hour close. So the hourly close.
Yeah, giving
I
us
mean, if you're looking at this as some kind of some rounded bottom going on here,
ooh.
and you can start to absorb. You've got you've got like these uneven butt cheeks on the price,
Oh
not
wow.
just as the divergence. So you could form like this kind of reversey cup and handle, and maybe we do this, and you end up with like a, I don't know,
Interesting,
whatever that looks
interesting,
like.
Luke. That would be quite interesting.
Um, yeah, you've seen this happen before. I mean, we saw it happen.
Yesterday, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This has just been a little bit longer in the making. But often with these lows, we have like, I remember this one was so nice. This was after the big FOMC stuff, where you were just holding. Like everyone was expecting price to come lower, everyone was expecting price to come down here, and you were just holding a nice little range, and eventually it just popped up out of it, which was pretty decent.
I took a long from the exact bottom there. I'm sure you did too. It was I think it was like a weekly and a daily level right there. The wick of that diamond pattern.
No, I got front run. I was so annoyed.
Oh,
Never took the lows. Like
oh wow, you got front run.
it never came through. It never actually came through that level. I had like 50 cent off. Got
Oh
front run.
my goodness, Luke. No, say it's not true, my friend.
I know it was even worse than the USD pair. But yeah, I got front run on that, which was very very frustrating.
I marketed it in. I was watching it as soon as it hit that weekly. I just hit the button.
Yeah, because that was when we had some really interesting stuff happen on that day. It wasn't FOMC, but I think it was CPI, like Consumer Price Index, came out
Oh,
on that day.
you're right. So I took a
Yeah,
short. I remember, I took a short on from there. It was chicken
yeah.
string.
I was short from up here, and I was in a really nice short position, and it just never quite came down to fill the orders that I had below here. I was just waiting, and it never
Oof.
happened. And suddenly I was like, "Oh my god, it's gone."
I hate when that
But
happens. That makes me long the top always.
hey. Yeah, and then look at the move up we had. It was just.
Oof. Oh my goodness. Well,
I mean, there was plenty of opportunities to get along again after that. It's only one trade, but yeah.
I mean it's all right, Luke. So I actually believe it or not, what happened to me? Something happened to me. I think I might have closed my long by accident there. Was that on the way up to the 24.2? Yeah. I
Yes.
closed my long by accident at like 24k, and I was really depressed about it. And then it came back down. Um, but
Oh, that's all right.
I've been doing a lot of flopping and groping around lately. Been making stupid mistakes, closing trades by accident, opening trades by accident, opened a short trade by accident via
Yeah,
limit order. Did it on stream too.
yeah. I've done that thing before, trading on your phone, where on ByBit especially that slider bar that gives you a percentage of your account, and I trade on
Yep.
cross a lot of the time, and oh my god, that slider bar is death sometimes, because if you just accidentally just put your finger on the wrong point of the screen, that slider bar goes all the way up to 100, and you're on cross leverage, and then it's like suddenly you're in a 100x trade where you wanted to be in like just a small amount of your position, and yeah, that stuff is dangerous. I've had some bad trades from doing that before, just from careless mistakes, just trying to get into a trade quickly and accidentally nudging that slider bar over to 100%, which
Or
is
taking
bad.
profits. Trying to take 10%. That's how I closed the trade by accident. I was trying to take a small percentage, and then I ended up closing the whole trade. So it's your world. I'm just passing through. Wants to know, is that Jason? Yes, it's me, guys. I can't be around someone from the UK without adopting also the dialect, since I myself, all of us Americans, right? Our roots go right back to the great British Empire. And so why not go back to the original English language dialect? So Market Matt says Nancy Pelosi's going to Taiwan. Yes, I do hear that she's going there. She's got to be careful because Bitcoin price is coming down to this key area of support, and if we lose the support, it could be a very fast move back down, fast move up, fast move down. You know, as Luke was saying, if we feel those single prints, you know, Nancy Pelosi, she is about 197 years old here. And I don't know, I don't know if the cocaine offsets the alcohol. I don't know, but, clearly she's something not quite right in the eyes there. She's got to be real careful, all right? She's got to be real careful because, the market makers are very crafty. They play the long game, and they've got balls. Nancy Pelosi, she doesn't have testicles. It's clear, right? She's a woman. I know it's racist to talk about the fact that she's a woman, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have testicles. But other people here, they got testicles, all right? Don't mess with them. You wouldn't want to mess with them, you know what I'm saying? So,
don't mesticles with the testicles.
Don't mesticles with the testicles, But, it is what it is, we live in a crazy world, so. That's true. Robert Martin says Nancy is the GOAT. She has a 95% win rate. Hey, that's true. That's true. Liquid says a joke carried on too long is no longer funny. Well, Liquid, my style of sense of humor is to be extra cringe, bro. Like extra cringe, like to the point where it's no longer funny. Just keep dragging it on, right? And so then it just becomes so cringe that it's just you don't know what to do anymore. So Holland
can't
dies.
Please everyone.
Yeah, you can't please anyone. Rock says praying for a quick move down for Nance. All right, guys. So, I mean, it's tough to say what's going to happen here. Luke from Toros Crypto, everybody. If you don't know, Luke from Toros Crypto, he's a real good trader. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got a Discord group. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a member of his crew in Discord. So Luke gives me all my TA in the morning. I pay him, and he just gives me all my TA, and I just copy everything. I just change the colors to blue and purple. So if you want to go back to the source of everything, go check out Luke. And Luke, man,
yes.
Do you see anything bullish about this at all, man? Because the more I'm watching this, the more I'm feeling bearish, man.
Kind of. I'm pretty neutral. I'm just waiting for a move. I'll see what the rest of the day can give us. This is such an uneventful open. I'd actually, with price holding here, well, what's the Nasdaq doing? I mean, that doesn't look good. Yeah, there really isn't anything here to trade. You got to remember, like this thing, we're very much correlated with legacy markets, and they are in a very healthy uptrend at the moment. But I do think that this rolls over fairly soon, and when it does, you're going to see some blood on the Bitcoin chart. So this is the Nasdaq, heavily correlated at the moment with the Nasdaq. You can see that price came up above, the chickens drank above these previous highs. Once they have drank, they have come back in and they have tested the water. They see that it is temperate and warm for short positions that could maybe be taken down a little bit further. So yeah, it's a waiting game, but it's not really a position that you'd want to go short in because we're already quite low. But to take a long here is kind of low probability. Like you got low risk because you can just place a stop at the lows, but they're probably going to get taken. So
yeah.
Probably get...
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see a trade entry here, but somebody wants Shaman 8 says we should check out the 78-minute time frame. All right, let's
78-minute.
Wow. Let's do it. Sometimes those other time frames, man, they give you that secret knowledge, you know. So let's check this out here. The 78-minute time frame. Boom.
I mean, this is probably a market cipher thing, so I won't see anything. But yeah,
we do have bullish divergence on the 78-minute time frame. What's is 78 divisible by 6? Hang on. 78 divided by 6. T equals. This is a 1 1/3 hour time frame. Interesting. Man. Yeah, interesting. Well, I would say it looks bearish, super bearish up here, up at these highs. This is a top signal for me, man. Super toppy. Let me see. Money flow is coming down, which is bearish. But we do have some uneven cheeks coming on through. Sliding on through here. We've got a red dot on the 1 hour for ETH. This just in. Red dot on ETH. What do you think? Okay,
Me?
so Shaman says it has nothing to do with market cipher. I just use it for break of structure.
Okay. I've decided to add the 69-minute time frame on my charts. Have a look at that.
Should we take a look at the 69-minute?
69-minute. What's going on that? Again, I won't know. I don't.
I'm gonna add it right here. I'm gonna pull it up right now. The 69-minute. Let's see what we got here. Wow, 69 minutes giving me some insights I didn't have before, Luke.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
We could check the 69-minute, 69 EMA.
69-minute looks bearish. I have to be honest with you. Wait, the 69 EMA on the 69-minute. Let's.
That's actually been quite nice.
Has it?
Just looking at this, yeah, it's quite nice.
All right, so we're on to something here, I think, Luke. Hang on. Let me. I'm pulling it up on mine here. What color should I make it? White?
69. I mean, pink.
Pink. Okay. All right. You're right. It's been quite nice, actually. The 420 minute on the 420 EMA. That's the 8 hour, I suppose.
Yeah, true.
Bet you guys didn't know I was that good at math in my head. I shocked everybody with that one. This next Bitcoin move is going to shock the world, Luke.
It is.
It's going to shock the world.
See, look how nice it gave. The 69 EMA on the 69 minute gave very nice support, and then it's flipped into resistance.
Beautiful resistance. I might actually start trading this alone.
Yeah, just take some trades off of this.
No other confluence needed. So, Crypto Chad, he can't tell which one of us is talking here. So,
I'll put on the American accent right out. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying no more. The 666 second chart. Oh, evil. On a serious note, yes, I've just seen in the chat, we have had the job openings data from the USA, which is a relatively high impact event.
Just now?
Job openings are down, yes.
So
US job openings are down. They were forecast to be 10.99 million. They are 10.7 million. So you got less jobs available this month comparatively to last. But yeah, it's not particularly high impact, that. So
yeah, it was the CPI data. The CPI data last time gave us an extremely volatile move to the downside. I remember that because I took a short trade by accident. I didn't know anything about the CPI coming out there, and it was wild, man.
Yeah, CPI last time was good. We got nothing of that from USA this week, I don't think. You've got Bullard speaking later, so yeah, we do have Jamie Bullard doing a little speech later. He might upset the market somewhat. Tomorrow we got some bank rate stuff from the UK. Yeah, nothing much.
Well, again, guys, this is quite boring. This is quite boring. New York Open.
New York.
Yeah. Let's see how we're doing here. Coming back up. Just hanging out, guys. We're just hanging out. Luke, man, I want the volatility to kick in while we're on stream here, man. Enough of this, Bitcoin.
I think this is unlikely. This is what we did earlier. Like, I was waiting for some volatility for an hour and a half, I mean, this is almost as long as we've been going, an hour and a half now, and it just never happened. And then as soon as I was like, oh, I'm going out, I'm going to go walk the dogs, I'm going to go chill out in the sun for a little bit. And then we had a really nice move. That was earlier on off of the lows this morning. But yeah, it all looks a little bit flat. Oh, I see you've got the my favorite love chat XYZ bot in
yeah.
I love it when they show up.
Yeah, I've got them too. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. Like, do they make money from that?
I don't know. If anyone gets bored of trading Bitcoin, you know where to go. The Fire best adult dating site.
So Joshua Rodriguez wants to know: could it be consolidating in order to make a move up in order to grab liquidity to go lower? Of course, that's possible. Anything's possible. We could go to 100K today. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe in May. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the liquidity grab earlier, so that was a couple of hours ago. So we did take out the highs, not of the day, but the highs of the range that we'd had, the London highs. They were taken out earlier on. Now, everything's internal. So you got the London session that's here from 8 a.m. until basically when we started doing the stream. We've not taken out the lows or the highs from that session. So there's no liquidity that's been taken here. It's just flipping around and unsure of what it wants to do, which is actually quite nice for a move later in the day. So here's a bit of boring theory for everyone. If you have an open that's like this, and it's contained within the previous session, so what I've got on here is, you can see the London session here, which was very much contained itself. And then you've got a very, actually it was kind of high volume on the USA session, but it's still contained, it's still internal within this. As soon as we do see a move outside of one of these regions, so if we do drop below 22,620, or if we do move above 22,920, then that is likely to get continuation. It's not guaranteed, but it is more likely to see continuation. So if we do come and take the lows, that would be quite a crowded trade. I would expect continuation lower. If we do take the highs, then I do think we're going to take a move up towards that daily open. So that, just from a profile perspective, is where you'd be looking at, and you'd find the next area of balance. So realistically, if price can absorb within this region, we could see quite a quick move up towards even like 23.8, at least like 23.3, but maybe 23.8, where you've got some volume there. And again, if price moves out of this area, then yeah, you're very likely to see that move down. So it's pretty important where we're at, which is why it's so undecided, I think, right now, because there's balance here. If you lose this, then there's just nothing holding it up. So yeah.
Luke, I've got a question for you. Would you ever consider doing a rap battle with me? Freestyle.
A rap battle?
Yeah, would you ever consider that? Because we got some people in the chat. J-Boy Bullish, he wants us to do a rap battle. And, would you ever be down for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we make fool of ourselves enough as it is. I mean, sure.
But here's the thing, though. We need a beat, though, and I don't know if we could sync it up between the two of us over Discord, right? I don't think that's possible.
Maybe we need to do that on the next one. Maybe we just need to figure out a way to make this work nicely on a stream, and then we can do a rap battle.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Because you're a musician. I'm a musician also.
Yeah.
So.
Crypto Chad, how did you get Tino to do his face reveal on your show? Have you had? Is that talking about?
I think.
Have you had Tino on the show, or are they thinking that I'm Tino?
No, I don't know. They might be joking, thinking you're Tino. But Tino, actually, we are going to do a collaboration. We've been in talks since February, so I don't know. I know he's a busy guy. Maybe he's just messing with me. I don't know. But I'd love to do a stream with Tino. Shout out to Tino from the UK, over there across the pond, over with you, Luke.
Yeah.
You know, you watch Traders Reality?
I've never really watched it. I know that there's quite a few people that have mentioned the Traders Reality stuff. So
You've
I've
got
never
to
really
check him
given it a
out.
watch. I've watched it, and I know he's really like very, very London and very yeah. If people think I'm Tino, I'm probably he's got a very London accent. That's about all I picked up on watching his streams.
Yeah, I
To be
like the
honest.
way he narrates the price action as well.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of energy there.
Hmm.
So TJ Welcher says he'll produce the beat for the rap battle. That would be awesome, man. I mean, honestly, it would be great to do a rap battle. I have to have a lot
Yeah.
of carbohydrates before I do a rap battle.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, actually. I've got to be in the right mindset in order to freestyle. Otherwise, it doesn't come out. I need lots of glucose in the brain. Otherwise,
Yeah, I would I would need definitely the same. You need to think fast. Yes, to do a rap battle, and I don't do that when I speak very often. Um, I've seen Ham Wizard says, Luke, how can I find your YouTube channel? I'm just gonna throw my YouTube channel link into the chat, so if anyone is interested, because Lewis ID is also asking that. So I've just added it to the chat there. I'm just hijacking Jay's channel right now, and
we've got some
that is my YouTube.
bullish divergence. Sorry, go ahead, Luke. I'm talking to myself.
I was just saying that is my YouTube channel, everyone. If you can go over there and subscribe, whilst Jay is I don't even. This is the thing. This might be terrible in a rap battle because I can't think what I'm going to say. But yeah, there's my YouTube channel.
I'm gonna pull him up. I'm gonna pull it up here.
All right.
Toros Crypto right here. Everyone go check him out. All right. He's got 6,000 subscribers. Let's get it up to 10,000 by the end of the day. Bitcoin to 100K. Toros Crypto to 10K.
If we can get 10K subscribers, then I will do a stream. We'll do a celebratory stream with Jay, and
we'll do a rap battle.
We'll do a rap battle, and I'll give away 10,000 Shiba. How much is that worth? About 3 pence. I hope Shiba Inu is nice and cheap. There you go. One Shiba Inu for every subscriber by the time we do the rap battle. I need to start doing those shorts again. Actually, that was good. I should take on that because I was speaking really fast.
I know. I was listening to him like, my goodness, can't even keep up with what he's saying here. But it was just so great. It made me hit the like button.
Ah, nice.
But yeah, the shorts, man. That's where it's at. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately too.
But I've been trying it out, see if the algos like it.
People are concerned.
I need to do some more of those because I haven't had time to do any this week so far.
Yeah, I mean, just real YouTube channel talk here. I mean, when the good supplementary things, because you can get a few thousand views on a video that's very small. Didn't take a lot of time, but the thing is, yes, the algos like it because it gives you more views overall. Like you do a video in a day, you do a couple of shorts, your video gets a couple thousand views, and then your shorts each get 1,000 or whatever, and then the next thing you got like over 10,000 views for the day, which causes the algos to put you in more suggested videos. But then you got to deal with the subscribers saying, I can't stand these stupid videos. What are you doing? You showing me pictures of your courgettes over here, and people, they might not be into it, but it is what it is, man.
I did my face on a thumbnail for the first time last week.
I saw
people in the chat being like, "Oh my god, it turned into Crypto, man."
I liked it. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. Crypto. It made me click on the video, and literally when I saw the thumbnail. Yeah, I literally went long when I saw this thumbnail. I did not even watch the video. When I saw the thumbnail, open mouth rocket ship, immediately hit that long button. And of course, before I hit the long button, I made sure to go sign up using your affiliate link on ByBit, and trade did get liquidated, Luke. So, just so you know.
So, at least thank you for your sacrifice.
It's all right. I forgive you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What's happening here?
This is still nothing's happening. It's
Nothing.
dead.
Yeah.
Nothing. The price has just not moved since we started.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
You should probably just give this up. We'll allow the markets to move again.
All right. Well, guys, we're gonna head out then. It's been a good stream with Luke from Toros Crypto, and just real quick, guys, I am gonna be going live on Frankie Candle's YouTube channel to this evening. I think at like 5:30 Eastern time. So make sure to check that out. He also uses blue and purple candles, and God bless everybody. In the name of the Messiah Jesus, and I do pray everyone listening to this stream is extremely blessed in many ways. And Luke, do you have any last words to say to these fine ladies and gentlemen who have spent the past 2 hours or so, hour and a half, with us?
Sorry.
That's what you have to say? Well, maybe next time it'll be good.
Yeah, no, sorry that nothing has happened. No, thank you everybody for watching.
Wait, Pelosi's gonna land any minute, they say. Maybe we should stay on, bro.
Oh, no.
Should we stay on? What are we gonna do if her plane comes down, bro? I mean, if the plane comes down, man, if something crazy happens, right? If XI comes out firing from the hip.
Well, yeah, as soon as that's the thing. She'll land as soon as we've stopped the stream, and then we'll go. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope they found that useful.
I'm sure they did.
Yes.
Guys, make sure to go subscribe to Luke from Toros Crypto. If you are interested in joining his crew, you could join his crew. It's really cool. I'm a member of his crew. And there's a lot of good traders in there, a lot of good TA and stuff. So check them out. And all right, y'all. Whoop, am I doxing myself again? Peace, y'all.